Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for August 25th, 2021. In a statement released by the Services Trade Council, it was announced that Disney has reached an agreement with the unions to require cast members to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Salaried and non-union cast members received 60 days as of July 30th to become vaccinated. Union cast members must be vaccinated by October 22nd. Disney has also announced the Actors Equity Union has reached an agreement, according to Central Florida's News 13. Entertainment cast members unionized with the Actors Equity Group will need to be fully vaccinated again by October 22nd. Cast members who are not vaccinated and do not receive a waiver will be separated from the company. It's a nice way to put it. Disney will be hosting multiple vaccine events for cast the next 2 weeks to make it easy for them to get vaccinated. August 25th at Epcot, August 26th at Disney University, August 27th at Animal Kingdom, August 30th at the Yacht and Beach Club Resorts, September 6th at Coronado Springs, and again September 9th at Disney University. Disney has reportedly begun talks with Lake Nona real estate developer Tavistock to create an age-restricted community within Sunbridge, according to the Orlando Business Journal. No details as to the size or construction timeline are available yet. This development comes after the news that 2,000 cast members are being relocated to the upcoming Lake Nona campus of the Walt Disney Company. This new development may address the concerns of local real estate professionals given the low inventory of housing in the area. Olaf and Bruno from Frozen 2 will be sharing a gold statue at Epcot as part of the Disney Fab 50 character collection, including many characters where you ask, who is this? That's Bruno's role in the 50th anniversary. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Statue was announced by Jennifer Lee, the Chief Creative Officer of Walt Disney Animation Studios, who also worked on Frozen, and Frozen 2 for that matter. It's the amazing, stupendous, the world-famous Jungle Cruise, and now their attraction sign proudly proclaims once again their fame with updated verbiage and a decorative border. But before we take a look at the new sign, let's travel down memory lane to see the changes that have come to the sign just in the last few months alone. In July, the attraction sign for the attraction in Adventureland was updated. The mask and spears of the previous iteration of the sign removed, and the faded wood look was replaced with a vibrant green. The mask and spears were replaced with the Jungle Navigation Company logo in a ship's wheel and crossed oars. The day after repainting, World Famous and Tours were added to the sign. The green color scheme lasted roughly a month, and last week the sign was repainted a lighter version of distressed wood again. Today they painted that wording back onto the sign to again be World Famous and Tours. What a saga. They can't decide what they want this sign to look like. Another route to the Epcot parking toll plaza is now available as Epcot Center Drive has reopened to cars. Though construction drums still line the grass beside the road work has concluded. The road closed earlier in the month as road work continues around that area. Imagineer Zach Ridley gave us a first look at the entrance of the newly reimagined Club Cool coming to Epcot this summer. They know they're running out of summer, right? Ridley discussed the design influences, noting that the Club Cool marquee uses our Epcot World bold font and looks amazing in bright Coke red. The facade was inspired by classic green-hued glass Coke bottles, look it up kids, and features the iconic Coca-Cola logo fully integrated into this dynamic design. The Imagineers also said Club Cool and the Creation Shop will open, quote, very soon. Living with the Land at Epcot is still closed. It's been closed now for 5 days in a row. It was not an announced refurbishment. Was not scheduled. Cast members are stationed outside the ride to notify guests of the closure and direct them to other experiences. You know, in case those guests didn't know about Soarin'. You got to be in the know. This week is Disney's first World Princess Week as part of the Ultimate Princess Celebration. In honor of Princess Tiana, the family play zone in Epcot has been rethemed to the Princess and the Frog. The family play zone is behind the Creation Shop, and the entrance is now lined with walls covered in Tiana's famous dishes. An image of Tiana welcomes guests to the area as they enter the playground. Some new plants have been placed throughout the playground, and they're in large cooking pots, just like she would use. A silence theme, I guess. Sign lets guests know this is part of the Ultimate Princess Celebration, and the playground has been at Epcot for years now, is frequently rethemed to different festivals, but now Princess and the Frog. Zach Ridley had more to share this week. He shared some of the inspiration for the exterior queue of Remy's Ratatouille Adventure alongside photos of the structure. Though the ride will not open to all guests until October 1st, cast members are currently previewing the ride. Here's what Ridley had to say about the exterior queue. Quote, "Our design team took inspiration from Parisian architectural history to create new structures that define this neighborhood surrounding the attraction. La Halles, the Halls translated into English, was a grand fresh food market in the center of Paris with a legacy that stretches back to the 11th century. The most famous architectural design of the market that inspired our team dates to the 1850s, an iconic glass and iron structure known for its light and airy structural system, ornate details, and arched bays, in all a classic green color seen on many everyday structures throughout Paris. La Halles was relocated as the former market center gave way to a major urban railway hub, for those of you familiar with the Paris Metro. The 1850s style serves as a perfect design for our exterior queue, complementing the nearby Ratatouille-themed fountain and the theater facade that serves as our attraction entrance. And fans of all the tiniest details can find new prints left in the pavement from our rat friends, ready to take us on an adventure." As we learned a week ago with the announcement of Disney Genie and Genie Plus, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will utilize a virtual queue system when it opens. We now know more details about how that virtual queue system will work. The boarding groups will be available at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. via the My Disney Experience app. Guests can enter the virtual queue once per day and must have a valid park admission and an Epcot Park Pass. Like Rise of the Resistance, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will have a limited amount of boarding groups, and they will likely run out quickly. The attraction may also have a lightning lane entrance eventually, where you can purchase access to it once you become frustrated with the virtual queue system. There will not be a standby queue. Again, we mentioned already, it's Princess Week here at Walt Disney World, and they're celebrating with some delicious treats. Several new options are available around World Showcase and even Future World at Epcot. You can check out the reviews at WDWNT.com. There's Sister's Cookie and Sister's Cupcake. Sisters have a lot of treats. A new skirt by the Dress Shop featuring Minnie Mouse is now available in the Italy Pavilion at Epcot for $84. The red skirt has white with black polka dots peeking out of the bottom. Minnie Mouse is scootering through the Italy Pavilion along the edge of the skirt. Arrivederci is embroidered alongside her. The skirt matches the Minnie Mouse merchandise released last month at the pavilion. Explorers are often pestered by insects, and one way to keep critters at bay is by using insect repellent. This is an ad for Off. Off Insect Repellent made the connection and is now sponsoring Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Off branding and messaging has been plastered throughout the trail. We first noticed the branding at the trail's entrance. It's all over backpacks near the entrance, just covered in Off logos. Cans of Off are stored at each pack's outside pocket. Signs state the packs are for Rangers only. And on the entrance's left side, a sign reminds Rangers of daily gear needs. Off Insect Repellent tops the list. Corporate attraction sponsorship, of course, has a long history at Disney parks, but this just the latest. Of course, Ziploc just moved over to Jungle Cruise recently. Disney has filed a permit for general construction at the site of Primeval Whirl at Animal Kingdom, which permanently closed over a year ago. Other than ride vehicles being removed and one section of track, the attraction has sat mostly untouched. Earlier this year, Disney filed a permit for labor, material, and/or electrical for construction, contracting their in-house construction company, but no visible work has been done. The new permit may be for demolition of the attraction, but it contracts MLC Theming. This is a company that usually deals in construction, obviously of themed elements. The permit expires in April 2022, so whatever work needs to be done should be visible in the not-too-distant future. We'll see what happens. Gideons Bakehouse at Disney Springs is known for its eccentric decor and creative confectionaries, some of which rotate monthly. We stopped in to try August's limited edition Rocky Road cake and the new Cookie Bite flavor peanut butter chocolate swirl. Check out our reviews at WDWNT.com. A new permit indicates that Walt Disney Imagineering is removing their trailers and other utilities from the construction site of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, meaning construction is likely wrapping up, at least on the exterior of the hotel. Once construction is complete, there will likely be months of tests and rehearsals for cast members. Of course, also a lot of entertainment involved in this offering. So Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser will officially open in the spring of 2022. No official date just yet. Disney's AllStar Music Resort was set to reopen on September 16th at Walt Disney World, but there are now indications that maybe this is not happening as planned. Walt Disney World has seen a drastic drop in attendance and as well hotel occupancy in the last few weeks with the Delta variant and again today record numbers of COVID-19 cases in the area. Guests with reservations this October for the resort have been notified, and beyond October even, that they are being moved to other hotels, including Pop Century, Art of Animation. I've heard someone was moved to Caribbean Beach, all different resorts we've heard in the last 24 hours. And then in trying to book the resort on the Walt Disney World website, the next available date we could find was December 10th. Of course, AllStar Sports is set to open the day before that, December 9th. Disney contacted us claiming the resort will still open. We tend to believe that from the sound of things, they're going to open in some very limited capacity, maybe a building or two, which is weird, but based on the fact that so many people, like at this point we've had 15 or more reports from different people that they've been contacted and moved, we suspect the resort is not opening in full as they originally anticipated. The refurbishment of Cinema Hall, the lobby of the AllStar Movies Resort, is now partially open. The refurbishment began in early July, and like most Disney resorts, AllStar Movies is getting a lobby with a more open and accessible concept. This includes desks that replace the one long counter. Unfortunately, the Hollywood mural has been removed from behind the desks, but the new desks do look pretty good. Nicer concept, it looks more inviting. And it has the silhouettes of Pluto, Minnie, and Mickey. You may recognize these if you stayed in the old style rooms, which no longer exist, but the coat rack in the old movie rooms actually had these silhouettes on them. They're not currently in, I don't believe they're anywhere in the new room. But there you go. It's unclear what they're going to do with the back wall. Maybe a new mural will show up or they'll reprint the old one. Who knows? Today, Magic Key membership went on sale for the first time at Disneyland Resort, replacing the annual pass program, which was suspended during the shutdown and subsequently canceled in January. Dubbed a frequent visitor program rather than annual passes by Bob Chapek, the Magic Key program opts for fewer benefits and higher price tags. The biggest difference with Magic Key program versus an annual pass is the ease of attendance or lack thereof. All Magic Key passes require key holders to make reservations prior to park entry, keeping the COVID-19 reopening guest control system in place for the foreseeable future. Just like the other standard theme park admission, both the key and a corresponding reservation based on availability is required for entry. The Magic Keys are on sale now in the Disneyland app and online at Disneyland.com. The passes are not available for purchase at the gate unless you had certain circumstances. They were helping out people with proven app difficulties or other extreme circumstances. They were serving them. During the very long wait to purchase that Magic Key today, guests were reading the fine print on the agreement for key holders, and one detail that may throw a wrench into the plans of some visiting is even when staying in an on-site hotel, Magic Key holders are still restricted to the number of park reservations allotted to their pass level. Annual pass holders at Walt Disney World, of course, are allowed to have 3 park reservations at any given time, but when they have a hotel room, they can book a park reservation for every day of the length of their stay. It is weird that Disneyland isn't doing this. In fact, we have a trip coming up next month, and we were going to buy Magic Key, but then we realized for our 5-day trip, we wouldn't actually have park passes booked for all 5 days, so didn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. That it seems really counterproductive. Hopefully they'll fix that. The Dapper Dans are finally returning to Disneyland on September 3rd. The Barbershop Quartet, which actually has 12 members, began rehearsals on Tuesday, August 24th after being apart for more than a year. The Dapper Dans continued to entertain guests last year with several at-home video performances of classic Disney songs, but nothing, of course, compares to seeing them live. The Dans will be performing a special Halloween set with extra jazzy flavor when they return. During rehearsals and their final performances, they will be performing with distance between each other and the audience due to, again, COVID-19. Disneyland Resort has updated their website to show a refurbishment scheduled for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad beginning September 7th. As of now, the reopening is set for fall 2021, no exact date. If your pin collection has room for one more or many more, you can stop by 20th Century Music Company at Disneyland and check out the new Haunted Mansion Funko Pop Jumbo Pins, just in time for Halloween. A lenticular hitchhiking ghost in a doom buggy pin is available, as well as individual pins of the hitchhiking ghosts available for $34.99 each. With the entrance to California Adventure already getting spruced up for the upcoming Oogie Boogie Bash, it looks like the esplanade between the parks is now being focused on. Some mysterious walls have popped up, making a wide square around a section of the esplanade. This is where the terrazzo flooring is, with that design, with the sort of compass design. With so much happening since the reopening of Disneyland Resort this past April, it seems high time that the walkways between the parks would get some much needed attention. You know, they could have done this while it was closed, but it's good it's getting done now. It looked pretty rough. It'll be good to see this fixed up. We just talked about it, but Oogie Boogie Bash is quickly approaching, and an all-new Oogie Boogie has topped the entrance of California Adventure's marquee. This is not the same one that's been up there the last several years. It has a whole new look, whole new design, and again, Oogie Boogie Bash starts September 9th, so it's right around the corner. In a new social media video, Disneyland is teasing 3 villains that'll be joining the lineup at Oogie Boogie Bash. The first clip shows a toy, Babyface, altered by Toy Story's Sid, so we think Sid is going to show up. The second shows one of the dresses worn by Emma Stone's Cruella, and the third, and probably the most exciting, Agatha's director chair from WandaVision. So it sounds like Agatha, live-action Cruella, and Sid quite possibly coming to Oogie Boogie Bash. And while Oogie is making his presence known at the entrance to California Adventure, our vehicular buddies in Cars Land are getting ready for Halloween as well. If you're speeding your way down Route 66 to get to Radiator Springs Racers, you may not even notice it, but right above you, there are those creepy grins of the creepy cone faces. I don't know what else to call them. As in years past, the theming for Cars Land at Halloween is a fun highlight of the Halloween season at Disneyland Resort. In addition to the already available Mickey and Minnie kitchen sink souvenir bowls, now we have the new Together Again Mickey Earhat Bowl at Clarabelle's Ice Cream. The bowl, which looks like a traditional Mickey ear hat, has the Disneyland font D on the front, and while the back of the hat has Together Again, made to look like the stitching one would get when personalizing such a hat at the Mad Hatter shop. The hat bowl can be bought with or without ice cream in it. That just sounds not fun without ice cream. Your choice of flavor for $13.99. The ears do fold for easy travel. I love that feature. You can fold the ears in. It's very cute and thoughtful. Just in time for that Halloween season and following in the footsteps of many other spooky offerings, a new Maleficent-centric spirit jersey has made its way to California Adventure at Elias & Company. The jersey is mainly a sharp-looking royal purple color with Maleficent's green flames creeping up from the bottom. The famous Disneyland D is on the chest and has the main dragon lady herself rising tall above it. On the back, she appears in shadow form along with those rising flames and, of course, the Disneyland Resort lettering, as you would expect from a spirit jersey. Pick yours up for $74.99. Last week, the Prime Minister of the Bahamas signed an order utilizing emergency powers to require all passenger cruises to provide a passenger manifest including vaccination statuses. In order to enter a port, all passengers aged 12 and up must be fully vaccinated. The new restriction will be in effect from September 3rd through November 1st, and Disney Cruise Line has now addressed the executive order and how it will affect their Bahama cruises. Disney has announced that all guests ages 12 and up on upcoming sailings must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson are all accepted vaccinations to meet the requirement. Guests who do not provide proof of full vaccination will not be permitted to board the ship. Guests on a sailing to the Bahamas, including Castaway Cay, departing between September 3rd and November 1st, may modify or cancel their cruise without any cancellation fees by September 3rd. Guests who cancel will receive a full refund to the original form of payment. Of course, a federal judge declared earlier this month that Florida cruise lines can require proof of vaccination, but that doesn't mean anything because you can't dock at the island. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Hotel, park tickets, dining, and more. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today right here on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. Of course, also don't miss WDW News Tonight. Tomorrow night, Thursday at 9 p.m., we are traveling back to the 70s. That's right, we're going to be visiting every decade on the way to Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. So be sure to join us for that very special program Thursday night at 9, and then available on demand in perpetuity right here on this YouTube channel. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
WDW News Tonight is our weekly comedy show combining the news of the week, comedy segments, thoughtful discussions, insane characters, parody commercials, games, and more. Watch live on Thursdays at 9 p.m. and become a WIGS member to get access to a bonus post show. Watch WDW News Tonight episodes anytime and live on YouTube, or get the audio-only version on iTunes and other podcast services.